there any place the Covenant isn't?
And it's got hit.
Taking shots from them gunboats are in position. Got the kill. Great shot.
Re-entry pack disengaged.
I need your...
Cockpit depressurization complete.
Noble 5, please repeat.
By 22.
Gladly. Only sword place, sector 18G. Noble 5?
I know.
We've flagged a Corvette-class vessel on a predicted docking track with our target. I need your Saber team to clear the way for boarding.
Understood, Colonel.
As she's on us, the Savannah will be joining you to provide local fire support. UNSC Savannah.
We'll get it done, Colonel. 6 out.
Corvette sighted within visual range of nav beacon RA-15.
Frigate Savannah in position. Saber team, sound off. Echo 1. Solid copy. We are currently jamming the Corvette's comms. Hit it hard while it can't call for help. I want to clip her engines, Colonel. See if we can slow her down.
Good thinking, Savex. They're marking targets. Take out the Corvette's main engines.
Where are the reinforcements coming from? I thought the target was jammed. All Echo 2.
Don't let any...
Somebody peel this syrup up. Somebody get this syrup off my back. You know where? I'm taking fire. Hear you scream. Somebody get this syrup off my back. Firing. I need assistance. Enemy fighter down.
Permanently disable that cruiser's communication. Shade uppercut faced.
Colonel, on our way to the hangar.
Noble 5. Body kick is aboard, Colonel.
Copy that. 6. Get your fire team.
Break off! Break off! Hull breach! Reactor's flaring! Damn it, I'm losing her!
Savannah actual. Can you hear me? Noble 6. Take your rounds.
Vessel's refueling track with a Covenant supercarrier. 76.
Yeah. Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. To make it count.
Is anyone looking? They're everywhere!
These civilians before it changes. Kilo 2-6, Kilo 40, Covenant Corvettes raining hell on us. Find them. Hold on to your helmets. Kilo 40, request FPF sitrep. Come on, let's go. Fruits.
Where the hell did she come from?
Get in there. Oh! Contacts from the west.
Hello, this is Thumbs United. We're doing our Let's Play of all the Halos, all the difficulties. We're currently on Halo 3, Mission 6. We did 5 missions yesterday, which is kind of a lie, because I believe it counts the first cutscene as a mission, which is a cinematic, and only a cinematic. So we will, I'll be taking off now. I had to go back and, well, put on scoring. I kind of missed it. I forgot to turn on scoring before. But that's what we're working with. The weekend was kind of relaxing. I didn't recharge fully. I turned off my alarm. I was like, I'm not waking up at 8. I'm not exercising in the morning, which is kind of a misnomer because I still did, physical stuff during the day, like extra physical stuff.
It's spreading all over
But
the city.
How do we contain it?
I was still really tired.
Overload its engine core. We either destroy this city or risk losing the entire planet.
Do it. All squad.
Chief, make your way to the crash site.
Multiple contacts. Unknown
So I worked on my miniature set, which is a collection of trains and everything, and putting that together, and I'm getting the layout closer to being done. So that's good. I also found not a vintage one, but a train set I got it at a really good price. I got it for like $52, and normally they're like $150. Oh, still didn't save him. Gross.
Let us find their ship. Make short work of this abomination.
Arbiter was right. Let's make short work of this. So I'm kind of waiting on the last piece to come. And so I've been making support structures out of cardboard. I've been collecting cardboard for some time. And it's what I'm going to use as kind of like the base for some scenery and everything. But I wanted to create kind of this raised platform. I have a monorail system, and so I wanted to have that elevated above a certain section. So I was like, oh, how am I going to do it? Am I going to use parts, like use balsa wood and cut that? And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it out of cardboard first. So I made 7 structures, and they're strong enough to hold the monorail system. I only built half the ones I need, but I
Chief, I can't trust you. It's not safe. The grave line.
it's not safe. Oh man, I forgot the flamethrower. But But so the monorail system, 50% of it has the support, and the problem is that it's not on an even table. So the table is actually quite a bit elevated compared to the table it starts on, and so I have to do a different size support structure for the second half. But the first half works, and then the other half I have elevated just by cardboard boxes that haven't been cut. And so the problem with it is that there is almost no mass to cardboard. So it supports the structure, it stands up well, but the slightest shift in movement and it will fall over. I mean, if you breathe on it, it will fall over. So I'm going to go and reinforce that. Probably tonight, but so that was yesterday that I built the support structures. I built this one kind of cityscape the day before Saturday, and then I also spent Saturday and Sunday getting some photographs ready. I do a lot of video editing offline now. Back in 2018 and 2017, I would only do media productions live on Twitch, but it was kind of slow because I have to set everything up for the video editing, and then it's like, you have to do it all at once. You have to sit down and go through it. And so a lot of times with editing, it's like you edit for a while, then you have to switch and go edit, audio or something. And then the other issue is, like, I can really only sit in one spot for like 2 or 3 hours before I get the antsiness. And I have to move around, so that's another reason why streams are usually 2 hours. It's because I gotta get up, I gotta go. Shotgun is the best. And so I can edit more in smaller chunks, by myself offline. So I've been doing that since 2018, just editing everything as fast as I could, mainly doing animations. And what I've been doing now is nested animations where I actually animate the photographs with no audio, no script. I know which photographs I want, I know how I want them animated, and so then I submit that to render. And because of that, like those renders take a long time, because what it's doing is it has to essentially downscale 20 megapixel. If it's film, it's like 50 and 100 megapixels. It has to scale that down to either, you know, HD or 4K, and then sometimes it's 6K. And so that takes a long time, because essentially what it has to do is crop the image slightly to the left and then recrop the original thing, you know, for 30 frames a second. And so depending on the resolution, it can take like, well, if it's HD, it will take like half a second to render a frame, but if it's in 4K, it takes like 2 seconds per frame. So there's 30 frames in a second of playback, which is what I work with. And so to get one playable second back, if it takes 2 seconds for every frame, you know, that's 60 seconds to create 1 second of usable footage. So for every second, you know, that it takes a minute. And so instead of, you know, writing the script and then splicing it in and having it all animated all at once, and usually when, you know, you're on a time crunch, I have it animate first, and then I render that, and then that gives me time while I'm writing the scripts. I can, you know, take my time with that. I know the computer's working and crunching, and then at the last second I combine the animated footage as though it's video, and that takes a lot less processing power to edit, because it already did the hard work before. So that was a lot of what 2020 was animating as much as possible.
I must act quickly before your construct suffers any further trauma.
Leave her alone.
If we do not take this device to a safe location, somewhere on...
And so because the animations are, you know, rendered beforehand, I can reuse them for other things. And so one of the examples was classical graph, which is the animated video and photography. Right now we have it for Italy, New York. We have it for Italy, New York, Turkey, and Ireland, the classical graph. And so those were all animated first, and then it gave me time to get the music ready and everything. And then I just spliced it in at the last second, the music. And so that's ready. But what I'm also doing is I'm creating visual audiobooks for those series. And so I'm currently quote unquote recording a short history of Italy for the Italy photography and animation. It's taken a while. It's because I do it in bursts, and I get these public domain books, and so I load them up into the Kindle, and the Kindle's like, oh, you have 15 hours left of this book. And I was like, oh, because I'm a slow reader, and so that's kind of discouraging. So I come back to it, you know, every couple of months. But I'm seriously considering restarting narrating that visual audiobook, because I want to do other audiobook series.
I'm sorry.
No matter,
So 2021 is going to be mostly narrative content, visual audiobooks, and scripts that I've written. That will be coming out. So that's probably be mid 2021. The classical graph will be coming to YouTube first. But the classical graph has been on Twitch almost all of 2020, so everything comes to Twitch first. And then if you want to view it like non-live and in 4K or 6K, then because the Italy classical graph is in the black and white photography is rendered in 6K,
Sir, with respect, Cortana
and Twitch doesn't let me stream that. Back in the day, back in 2016 and 2017, your uploads, your streams could be in 1080p even if you weren't affiliate. But then they took that away. If you weren't affiliate, you couldn't do uploads or reruns. So then I got affiliate back recently, last March. And so even though I'm back to affiliate, well, first time affiliate, yes, I can stream in 1080p, but the archives are all downscaled to 720p, and then all my past videos that I uploaded that were originally in 1080p are now been scaled down to 720p. So everything's stuck at 720p, which is why I still stream at it, because it doesn't make sense to stream at 1080p if everything's gonna get scaled down anyway. And but on YouTube, when I upload everything, I upload it at quote-unquote full resolution, so 6K, 4K, and 1080p. And then with the Ireland classical graph, what's unique about that is it has 4K footage, video, and photography, but it also has a lot of stereoscopic photography, so things in 3D. So that's going to be released in 3D VR and 3D for 3D TVs. So I'm still working on 3D stuff. There's a ton to go. And the good news is the California project has finished rendering. So that's good. And so again, like I said, it's a nested thing where I had the animations and everything, pre-render first, and then I can we can do classical graph, or we can do visual audiobooks with that. I'm actually gonna take a short break after this. A short break.
Brute ships, staggered line. Shipmaster, they outnumber us 3 to 1.
Then it is an even fight.
All cruisers fire at will. Burn their mongrel hides.
True ship isn't taking part in the attack. He must have gone to ground.
Gone to ground.
On him. Kick the door.
She's a little crook, Sergeant Major. But she'll hold. All right, pop the hatch.
Pop the hatch.
That's some
right back to it.
Secure a landing zone for the commander's frigate. Keep your eyes and ears open. We need all the intel we can get. Wherever the hell we are. Stand to, Marines. Hoorah!
Okay, I'll be right back.
Other side of the hall there, Lieutenant.
Talking about.
Go ahead, try it on, Spartan. Other side, on my mark. 3,
The bullfrogs.
2, 1. Blackbirds can land.
Try and keep up, Spartan. There's the pad. East end of that Spartan. Over here.
And I missed.
On that Falcon, make sure those transports make it out in one piece.
Hell, we've all got orders to evacuate. Guess some of us just don't like leaving a job half finished.
Copy, Delta 1-5. Can you... Mayday, port engine's hit. We're going in. I'm gonna try to set her down.
Ports unavailable at this time. Over.
This is civilian transport 6 Echo 2. I need to go now, Sergeant Major.
Hold on, Echo 2. Now. As soon as something frees up, you'll be the first to... Not good enough.
I've got 600 souls on board, Sergeant Major. I can't wait any longer.
Oh my god.
Mayday! Mayday!
6 Echo 2, can you maintain altitude?
Negative! We're going down!
Son of a...
Troopers! We need to push them back off our...
I will trade you your pistol.
Gotta kill that ghost now. Ghost now. Make sure you target. Before that goes down.
Okay, let's get back to work. I kind of have one more project I want to animate.
Check it out in the sky. Is that?
Hey, focus. We got a job to do.
Well, I'm kind of going through and, I have the website and then I have the store. And,
Chief, eyes on.
and my goal is to get, every album, every photo album I have in the store to have a corresponding, to have a corresponding animated slideshow. I call them quotations. And,
I'm gonna kill you, Chief Bass.
And so that's a lot I'd have to animate, so I'm slowly doing that. And I can't really decide, because I've done it for some of them for Twitch, but I've rendered it in 720p, because like I said, Twitch downscales everything I do to 720. And so I was like, oh, no reason to do that. And I was like, the theory was, okay, I'll go back and render it in 4K, but 4K is taking a little longer than I like. And so I'm playing with the idea of just rendering it in HD and that be it. Two shots. Where did he go indeed? We got a checkpoint. We got a checkpoint. Going back. Oh man, and I finished the Tomb Raider reboot. I've been playing around with it, trying to get an idea of what my graphics card can do. And so then I there we go. And so with the Tomb Raider reboot, I was able to get everything in hold on.
Get it armed.
Okay. Do. Let's see, what was I talking about? I completely forgot. Completely forgot.
I'm giving the brutes all I've got, but this is a heavyweight fight. Dawn's only got the tonnage to last a few rounds. Find me a place to set her down. Over.
Flak got our pal attention. But before we went down, we spotted a good LZ. We can get the vehicle before I get to town.
Do. Let's see. Where is... Excuse me, I had a sneeze attack. Oh man, took too long getting the mongoose. Which one of you find people want to get on? And there we go. This is the pro tip. Oh man. Not doing so pro. So what I was working on over the weekend, I wrote this program, I talked about it 2 weeks ago. It was a little bit of a butt to write, mainly because I haven't been writing programs in a long time, and number one, and number two, it wasn't, you know, everything you do in programming is custom, but it's a time-based program, so I had to come up with, you know, configuration files so that it checks, okay, I already did this at this time, at that time I'm going to do this, and it's, you know, meant to process thousands of things over the course of years, and so the tricky part was getting it to be super reliable. So far it's working, but what it does right now is it's posting to Twitter the photographs, and that was a huge problem for me because there was this one web service I used, and they would, you know, they weren't that expensive. It was $10 a month, and I could manage 10 different social media accounts. So I could post 100 posts to Instagram, same with Twitter, Facebook. So if I did 3 posts a day, I could really only post for, come on, shoot him. I could really only post for 33 days before having to come back and fill things up with new content. This is tragic. And so that's a huge part out of the day. That's like, because it's 10 accounts, I have to constantly, you know, manage. Every month for like 5 days. It's just, you know, it's grueling. And so what I had to do, so then I had another option, another web service, and that one allowed me to, all my blogs on my website, it would post from there. And so the blogging, I can do it, I can have it post, you know, links, but the problem with the links was that it wasn't, you know, it wasn't full resolution thumbnails. It was just like a little clip of the link, and so I wanted, you know, the full photograph on Twitter, on Facebook, and everything. And so I did that for a while. It was still a big problem, but the good news was that if I scheduled, you know, 300 posts, you know, one a day, then I wouldn't have to come back for 300 days. And so that was still really difficult. And so then what I did now is I created it so it's folder based. Seriously.
Secure the LZ, and we'll push through that wall.
Roger that. Follow my Falcon, Chief. LZ's this way.
Dude, we barely survived. But, so I have it so where I organize my photographs into different folders. I have what's... And then I have the configuration that says, you know, these files are this, treat them this way. And so the advantage of that is that I don't have to refill it, you know, every month. It saves me so much time, and then I don't have to pay for 2 web services because I don't need them anymore. So it still takes quite a bit of time to set everything up, but instead of it taking 3 or 4 days, it only took, you know, it took like 4 hours yesterday for one of the accounts, and that will be, it's set up for the next I think it's the next 300 days. And it's easy to set up. So that's done. And so over the course of the week, I'm going to be setting everything up, and it's going to be like a yearly thing I have to set up instead of being a monthly. And then the changes I'm making to Instagram, I'm not posting daily anymore. What I'm going to be doing is just posting when there's a new series out. So when Classical Graph, you know, for Italy comes out, I'm just going to say, oh, Classical Graph on Italy is out. And then, you know, a month later, I'll, when the next thing comes out. So it's just going to be for announcements. It's no longer going to be a photo blog. Same for Facebook. And Pinterest is going to be switched to just being a menu system for the website. But yeah, end of 2021, end of 2020, beginning of 22. It's going to be a mad push for not visual audiobooks, but, you know, written content, documentaries, and everything. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. This thing is the stupidest. And you're still not dead. Oh, it was funny going back to Tomb Raider. So it was really weird. I had the strangest problems with my GPU. It wasn't the GPU's fault. It's that I'm doing a lot of custom stuff with graphics. And so it was fine-tuning that. One of the things I was doing was I was having problems with VGA output to this one monitor.
Commander, bring her down.
And because of that, I was like, okay, I'll just have the onboard motherboard onboard GPU take care of that. And so, yeah, it worked, but it made the graphics card like only run at 30%. And so then I disabled that and everything works better. And so now I was able to run Tomb Raider Reboot in ultra settings and ultimate settings, and it was getting like 60 frames per second and everything. But it would still do this weird thing where it would stutter and when it was loading and everything. But so I finished that Tomb Raider game, and then I went to Then I started Rise of the Tomb Raider, and oh my goodness, it's so incredible. Everything looks so much better. I'm getting motion blur. It's a constant 60 frames per second. And the polygons. Oh man, the polygons.
Mount up. Let's roll.
And you know, speak of the devil, I'm talking about my graphics card and an update just started midstream. And so the newer game, even though it's, you know, higher settings and everything, and there's more detail, you know, the graphics card's just cutting through it like a warm knife through butter. Last one. Last one. Robot.
I am 343 Guilty Spot. Monitor installation 04.
Yeah, well, you're also our ticket through this wall. So if you don't mind,
I will gladly aid the reclaimer's progress.
Just blasting on through. Now the Covenant really set up shop fast. I think we got everyone. There we go. As soon as we do the bridge, I'm going to take a short break. Short break. I tweeted that I was feeling tired, but I've had 2 cups of espresso today. I'm trying to keep it down to 1. But it's a diuretic, so I have to go to the restroom more often. So that sucks. Now we'll see if they can do it. A lot of times, 1 or 2 of them will fall off. I can't decide. Creeping along. That warthog is getting stuck. Looks like they're gonna survive. They're gonna make it.
These sentinels were trying to deny access to the lower levels of this facility.
Good work, Chief. Link up with our armor on the far side of the wall. Make your way down to the
Cartographer. Okay, I'll be right back.
Covenant are banging on my bay door. I got families and wounded on. Missile defense online.
Copy. Repeat, this is Nova.
Reflects the heat back on her, and she doesn't like that.
To wait, Lieutenant. The Covenant are jamming all comms back.
Sorry I came alone.
After the hospital got hit. Unmark the location. Complete their mission.
There goes a building. Okay, let's get back.
Heads up, Marines. We got trouble.
I don't know why, but I'm missing some textures. It's done that once or twice.
Sir, hog's all yours. Let's hit that hostile armor.
Everyone's missing textures. Let's go steal a tank. Crashing into a tank. A rat-a-tat-tat. Let's get that phantom.
Bravo, flank and cover. I want everybody supporting the chief. He'll take it down. Second line clear. Push forward.
Whoa. It's creeping towards me. Creeps pretty fast. There we go. I don't even think I have to get up there. We have to be somewhat quick. Let's get away from it. It's gonna blow. Success.
Not bad, Spartan. I saw that explosion from off. Truth's fleet lies in ruin. Find where the liar hides, so I may place my boot between his gums.
We'll know soon enough, Shipmaster.
Infantry on the spire. Pop them up.
Kind of cheating a little bit. That's annoying. You've bought yourself 3 extra seconds. Got decarbine.
Hey, what gives? It seems I've crossed a circuit.
Well, let me have a look.
Oracle!
Oracle.
Stung me. I did not want you to come to any harm.
Got a funny way of showing it.
Excellent. This way.
Here we go. Wasn't very nice. Oh man, that wasn't even nice. I stuck him right on his crutch. Probably should have picked up another weapon.
Nice work.
Do 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 do. Let's get all the brute shot we can.
That's We're beyond the rim.
Beyond.
Light years from Galactic Center, to be precise.
What is this place?
The Ark.
This is the Ark?
I had always assumed it was part of a SHIELD installation, but it seems I was mistaken.
That's a first.
Not at all. While I had a complete understanding of Installation 04, my makers wisely limited my knowledge of all other strategic facilities. Compartmentalization, in case I was ever captured by the Flood.
Can you tell me where we are exactly?
Here.
Exactly.
Near one of the Ark's supraluminal communication arrays, I'm afraid. Unfortunate. The meddler has triggered a barrier, a defensive perimeter around the Ark's core. The barrier will be difficult to disable. How odd that my makers would place such a comprehensive defense around a single...
Oh my.
Spark, move.
We must get past that barrier, or the meddler will destroy it all.
Chief, you got a whole mess of hostile air inbound. Get back inside while we take them out.
Follow the Oracle, Spark. I will help your sergeant clear the sky.
He just jumps in like nothing.
Gonna land one level down.
You delay the inevitable. Quoting. Right on the buttocks. She just bumped me right out of the way.
The pack will feast on you!
The good news is that we get the flame grenades now. I low-key have qualms about the flame grenade, but it works out really well, especially against creatures with overshields. I don't know why it didn't work against him. Whoa. Kinda getting a little lazy. Oh man, you got lucky. Do 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 do. Damn quick.
Commander.
Johnson, look sharp.
I got it.
No, don't shoot. They mean us no harm. Those units have a priority task.
Oh yeah? And what might that be?
I really can't say. Not for sure. But if you allow me to find a terminal closer to the core.
We must keep the profit there by those sides.
But what about your construct? Your solution to the flood? With more data,
Barber's right. We have priorities.
We got priorities.
Stop the rings from firing.